Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lauren Kate Jury, and I'm here to find a solution to the question, how can the negative environmental impacts of tourism be prevented? Tourism is being charged with the crime of murdering the environment, the marine wildlife, and the coral reefs. You will be my jury and decide whether tourism is guilty of these charges. Let's take a look at the evidence built up against tourism. Tourism has been known to harm our environment through emissions from airplanes, and according to Kempe Oliver, a large portion of pollution is caused by 60% of air travel by tourists going from one place to another. Another mode of transportation mainly used by tourists is rental cars. These are the leading cause of air pollution in places like New Zealand and Australia. Cruise ships are also known to pollute our environment by dumping waste into the ocean. Tourism is also harming our environment by using up our natural resources like water. Tourists and large tourist companies and infrastructures overuse water and carelessly waste it. It can sometimes conflict with locals' water supply and cause major environmental troubles. Also, land degradation is becoming a problem because tourists are littering or losing trash and items. This is especially problematic on beaches where it washes into the ocean. This leads us to more evidence built up against tourism. Not only is it accused of killing our environment, it's also been accused of murdering our marine life. Litter on beaches caused by tourists has become a huge threat to marine life. When it washes into the ocean, they can get tangled in it or even accidentally eat it. According to Jessica Aldred, of the turtles admitted to the center, 62% of them are there because of human-related causes, many associated with tourism. Not only is trash a threat to them, there are so many other tourist-related companies. Tourist boats are also killing these creatures. According to Jessica Aldred, Sheila, a green turtle hit by a tourist boat, now struggles with her buoyancy. And Shakura, a hawksbill whose intestines were literally made of plastic when she was rescued. Large tourist industries are destroying their habitats, and structures and buildings are crushing their homes. This leads us to evidence on how tourism is murdering the largest habitat of these animals, coral reefs. According to the Nature Conservancy, snorkeling tubes and scuba divers are causing breakage of coral colonies and tissue damage from direct contact such as walking, touching, kicking, standing, or gear contact. Anchors from tourist boats are also a huge threat to the coral reefs because also, according to the Nature Conservancy, vessel groundings can result in catastrophic effects on coral reefs, not only smashing and dislodging the corals, but shattering the reef framework. For example, in the Virgin Islands, a 200-foot-long cruise ship anchored in 4 meters depth had damaged coral communities for over an area of 5,300 square meters. Also, the chemicals in sunscreen are causing coral bleaching, which can cause it to die. 4,000 to 6,000 tons of sunscreen wash off tourists every year, putting the coral reefs in danger. Now that you've been presented with all the evidence against tourism, it's up to the jury to decide whether it's guilty or not guilty. Please raise your hand if you find them guilty. Please raise your hand if you find them not guilty. So the verdict is guilty. But how can we help solve these problems that have caused tourism has caused? Let's look at a potential solution. Awareness is key. Making people aware of a situation or problem will result in political action. For example, LGBT law recently passed took many acts of public awareness to bring about change. Sponsored ads on social media websites could help bring awareness to people to help bring about change. Let's have a quick race. I'm going to need everyone to take out their phones and pull up a form of social media like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. When I say go, you're going to scroll through your app until you find a sponsored ad. When you get to one, raise your hand. All right, is everyone ready? On your mark, get set, go. Great. Now we can see how often we see sponsored ads on social media. They're everywhere, and they catch our attention even when we don't notice. What are these ads trying to accomplish? The goal of these sponsored ads is to get people to lobby their governments to make reforms to make tourism eco-friendly. The intent is not to cut out tourism completely because it's vital to many economies. An example of reform to tourism would be how Mexico tourists are required to wear biodegradable sunscreen to protect the water and its coral reefs. Another example would be Florida, where there are very strict rules on tourists collecting shells due to land degradation. Who can sponsor these ads? Organizations like World Wildlife Fund would be ideal candidates to organize these sponsored ads. Also, if possible, celebrity endorsement could dramatically help. Environmental activist and famous actor Leonardo DiCaprio already posts things as an advocate, but sponsored ads endorsed by him could expand our audience and enhance the desire for change. Many celebrities could possibly be willing to be tied with this good cause. Where would these sponsored ads go? Facebook has 1.86 billion users. Instagram has 600 million users. Twitter has 319 million users. And Snapchat has 158 million users. These are a few of the most popular social media ads. To be successful in our mission to make public aware of this problem, then the ads would be most ideal to display our sponsored ads because so many people from all over the world will be seeing these ads. Concluding this presentation, the only way that the negative environmental impacts of tourism can be prevented is to make people aware of the issue through social media ads. Making people aware is the best way to bring about change, so what better way to do it than to make it public through the most widely used way of spreading information. Thank you for all your time, and I hope someday you'll see this good cause again on your social media pages.